Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Charles, and you're watching Save Our Children TV. Back at it for a brand new video. Now, I have more stories. We're going to continue with story 5. We left off on story 5 out of 9. It was out of 8, now it's out of 9. Now, our first story takes us to New Jersey. Shout out to AFC Podcast. He was the first, one of the first, but he talked about this on his channel. So I'm now going to talk about it on my channel, and it is about New Jersey couple. So New Jersey is going to take the air. A New Jersey couple was charged with animal cruelty and child endangerment after dozens of dead dogs were found at a New Jersey home. There was over 100 dead animals found at the home. Two people were charged with animal cruelty and child endangerment after police found the bodies of dozens of dogs at a home in southern New Jersey this week. Investigators believe up to 100 dogs died in the home, including many believed to have been buried on the property. The residents on my officers found both live and dead dogs in the residence on Monday, along with several cats and rabbits. The Eversham Police Department said 9 of the live dogs were taken to an animal hospital for treatment, including several that were in extremely poor health. Authorities said one of those dogs eventually had to be euthanized. Rebecca Helbach, 35, and Brendan LaCooney, 32, were arrested Monday in Evesham, a suburb of Philadelphia. Police went to the home after someone associated with an animal rescue group based in North Carolina, which had given the pair money to care for some of its dogs, reported seeing several malnourished and sick dogs around the property. Authorities said a 9-year-old boy who lived in the home was removed due to the unhealthy condition. It was unclear if he was related to either Hobach or Laconi. The child is now in the care of the child is now in the care of the New Jersey Division of Child Protection and Permanency, CBS Philadelphia reported. When investigators arrived at the scene, they had opened the door and windows to air out the home before it was safe for them to be inside. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad, said Eversham Police Chief Buck Miller. The scene was something the officers with nearly 30 years of experience said he had never seen before, CBS Philadelphia reported. There is dogs in cages, live dogs in cages, dead animals throughout the house lying on the floor, he said. Miller said on Tuesday that the police found about 70 more dogs in holes in the backyard covered with a tarp, possibly dead because of malnourishment. Police believe as many as 100 dogs may have died at the home. No phone numbers were listed for Helbach or Laconi in the public records, and authorities did not know if either one had retained an attorney who can speak on their behalf. Authorities said more charges could be filed as the investigation continues. Laconi was being held in the Burlington County Jail, where Helbach was being evaluated at a hospital for an undisclosed medical condition. So here's the news article. Not the news video, sorry, news.
horrific discovery made inside a South Jersey house.
Yeah, a child was found living among dozens of dead dogs in Evesham Township. Chopper 6 over that scene, the 600 block of Main Street today, where crews could be seen putting on hazmat suits. Investigators say they found the remains of more than 30 dogs there. Many more, they say, could have also died inside that house.
Action News reporter Becca Hendrickson now joining us live from the scene in Evesham Township. And Becca, a man and a woman have now been arrested.
That's right, Shari and Brian. This is nothing less than disturbing. Police say this couple was getting money from animal rescues to foster dogs, and instead of using those funds to care for the dogs, they were letting those animals starve to get death. This is that house of horrors behind me. Police say there could be as many as 100 dogs that died in this house, a child living among them. One by one, animal control officers walked or carried dogs out of this home on the 600 block of Main Street in Evesham Township. Police believe as many as 100 dogs died here from malnourishment.
There's dogs in cages, live dogs in cages, dead dogs in cages, dead animals throughout the house.
Conditions so deplorable, police had opened doors and windows to air out the house before letting workers inside. Police have charged the couple that lives here, 35-year-old Rebecca Halbach and 32-year-old Brandon Laconi, for animal abuse and endangering the welfare of a child, a 9-year-old who police say was also removed from the home.
It's definitely concerning. You have a 9-year-old child living in his home, sleeping in the home, eating in his home.
Police say the investigation started Monday after an animal rescue from North Carolina became suspicious that the dogs it had sent to Halbach and Laconi to foster were not being cared for. A representative came up to investigate and immediately called police.
Behind the home was also a burial spot where there was a large number of dogs, I guess various levels of decay.
As police searched the home Monday night into Tuesday, neighbors stopped in their tracks in disbelief at this house of horrors.
Disgusted. From the animals, having a child in there, and for it being so close to my residence, it doesn't sit well with me.
Oh my God, I'm an animal lover. So for me to hear of any animal cruelty, let alone to this extent, is devastating.
And I just spoke with that North Carolina Animal Rescue Tender Mercies on the phone. They say that they have their dogs that were fostered to this family back in their care now. They are so disturbed by this case. Police are also asking any other rescues that may have worked with this couple to come forward. We're now live here in Evesham Township. Becca Hendrickson, Channel 6, Action News. Brian and Shari.
Okay, Becca, thank you.
Okay. My thoughts about this story is, one, why were these individuals, why were y'all giving these individuals all these dogs in the first place? Knowing that in your mind that nobody in America could take care of that much animals. So they don't seem right. But two, the only reason why these individuals accepted this challenge to accept this is so they can neglect these animals. Nobody get dozen animals and care for them. A lot of times these individuals neglect them, don't feed them, abuse them, deprive them from water, all of that. And then to top it off, you have a 9-year-old boy that's living in that home, in this chaos, in this environment that's horrible. And this should have been aggravated animal abuse, an aggravated child neglect, because you put this child in deplorable conditions. And so we got to do better when it comes to raising animals, children, because when you put them in danger like that, then that's a charge. So I meant to say it should have been aggravated child endangerment. Aggravated child in danger. How deplorable the conditions was and how they said it was. That's why she's been advocating. So, tell me what you think about this story, and Buffalo needs to be serving at least 30 years of life in prison. This was horrible, and he took advantage of animals and children, and that's sad. So let's move on to our next story. So this next story is out of Mississippi. So Mississippi is going to take it. I did what she say. I'm on WREG.com. Mississippi bus driver is on leave after trapping children on a school bus. This happened a week ago. So let's talk about it. This is an update. The update is DeSoto County is going to take it down. So DeSoto County School says the bus driver was a substitute driver on that route and was back working Friday, assisting with another route. So, DeSoto County, Mississippi. A DeSoto County school bus driver is on leave after she refused to let elementary school students off her bus. A Facebook Live by Misty Grubbs shows the moments her fifth grader Bella Gibbs and other Center Hill elementary school students were on a bus with the driver who was not opening the door to release the students. Throughout the video, you can see kids begin to be put off the bus through windows, crying, screaming, and looking for the parents. Thursday, Grubbs said Bella was dropped off at school. Her family and many others are left with unanswered questions. Why did the bus sit there for 40 minutes with children on it and it's so hot? Grubbs said. Grubbs says her daughter told her that the driver put over and refused to drive after asking the student to give the driver her phone. And the student refused. Anna Marie Taylor's children, who are in kindergarten and second grade, were also on the bus and were supposed to be dropped off in the back of the neighborhood. We just want your kids to be safe, Taylor said. They were sunbathing and got to wear pajamas, so they were on their hot bus in the pajamas, in their fleece pajamas. In a statement to WREG, the DeSoto County School says the bus driver is on administrative leave and she was a substitute driver. Now a new driver has been assigned to the route for the rest of the school year. So let's look it up. I'm gonna give you my opinion on it after the news video.
got this woman has got my child locked on this bus and will not let them off.
This Facebook Live by Misty Grubbs shows the moments her fifth grader Bella and other Center Hill Elementary School students were on a bus with a driver who did not immediately open the door.
Why will she not let him off the bus? I don't know.
Throughout the 4-minute video, you can see kids begin to be pulled off the bus through windows, crying, screaming, and looking for their parents.
Hold up, calm down, baby. Where's your mom?
Today, Grubb says she dropped Bella off at school. Her family and many others left with unanswered questions.
Why did the bus sit there for 40 minutes with children on it, as hot as it is?
Grubb says her daughter told her the driver pulled over and refused to drive after a student refused to hand over a phone.
You just want your kids to be safe.
Anna Marie Tyler's kindergarten and second grader were also on the bus and were supposed to be dropped off here in front of the neighborhood.
They were celebrating raising money for the school yesterday and got to wear pajamas, so they were on that hot bus in their police pajamas.
In a statement to Channel 3, DeSoto County Schools says the bus driver is now on administrative leave, and she was a substitute driver, so now a new driver has been assigned to the route for the rest of the school year. In DeSoto County, Shay Simon, WREG News, Channel 3.
Okay. My thoughts is this. One, you did all this over a phone. And two, the weather is been so hot lately. And just because the bus have AC, it looks like you cut the bus off. And so the bus was completely turned off. Which can be called premeditated, which when you intended for children to suffer on the bus because they wouldn't give you a phone. The next question you have to ask yourself is, why is DeSoto County who are y'all hiring to drive these school buses? The devil. Because you're clearly not training these substitute drivers. You're handing them the key, put them on a school bus, and have them do all these routes. And then things like this happen on your school buses, which means you can be held to account. Now, if a parent wants to sue you or sue that substitute driver, they have already to do so because you put children in fear over a phone. And so, it's not the first time a substitute driver did this to children, but there's a way to prevent this, and that is to write it up, get the write up to the boss. You don't gotta lock the doors on children and lock them in. That's called false imprisonment. You're not in jail. You don't lock the bus door. You open the door, lock them off, and you deal with it. Maybe tomorrow, maybe with the school, maybe there's ways to do things, and that's not it. And that's something that should be more than on administrative leave. She should be fired and also prosecuted for at least child endangerment, and you also can do false imprisonment because that's the time I check when you pick up children up from school and take them home, you drop them off, not keep them locked in a school bus that is probably overheated as it is. Because now these buses don't even have running AC, so now you're trapping children in a muggy school bus. So that's gotta do better. The system gotta do better. That's what my thoughts about it. Our next story takes us, I believe, to Neckermount Woods. Let's see. Okay, I can't find an article or a news video, so I'm just going to talk about it. 2 teens arrested for home invasion. Number 1, when you have a lot of parents out here who don't punish their children and chooses to be friends with their children, this is what their children are going to do. 2, there needs to be a stricter law on home invasions, robberies, thefts. There needs to be a higher penalty in court. We're only giving people almost 15 years for home invasion. That's not helping the problem. We got to start throwing out double-digit numbers in prison to these individuals, because then maybe they will learn. Stop. I'm talking about 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. We got to start throwing out high-quality numbers, because at the end of the day, this is the only way we're going to break this statistic. And we're going to get the community and our teens to understand if you commit a dangerous crime such as home invasion, then you can go to prison for a long time. Because a lot of these home invasions turn deadly, believe it or not. People run up in houses, and instead of taking what they enter to take, they're shooting someone, killing someone. And so at the end of the day, we got to start holding these teens accountable. And so if that means giving them a significant period of time, so be it. Because they got to learn that you can't just burglarize people's houses. You can't go inside someone's house and start stealing or robbing or doing any of that. So we got to start holding our teens accountable. Our next story is about a 12-year-old who dies during gym class. Let's talk about it. I'm on the New York Post. That's super sad. California is going to take an L. California taking an L. A California 12-year-old dies after being forced to run in heat during gym class. A middle school student, 12, died after he collapsed while he ran in extreme heat during gym class on Tuesday, as his family claimed he begged for water. Yashia Robinson, a student at Lake Middle School in Lake Oceanside, California, was allegedly forced to run when he wore the wrong clothes to gym class. Yashia's had complained of feeling ill before he collapsed. Students in the boys' class told his aunt Amina Palmer, according to NBC Los Angeles. He was reaching out to the teacher, saying he needed some water. Plummer told the outlet of her nephew's final minutes alive. Temperatures in Lake Oceanside reached a high of 97 degrees, according to the Weather Channel. While the boy ran with the intense California sun beating down on him, his aunt says he told the teacher he told the teacher and fellow students he couldn't breathe before becoming unresponsive. Emergency responders rushed to Yoshia's aid, transporting the boy about 10 miles from the school to Loma Linda University Medical Center. He was transferred to Loma Linda University Medical Center, Loretto, where he was pronounced dead at 12:55 p.m., the Riverside Sheriff's Office said in a press release. The 2-year-old's grieving-stricken family is demanding answers following the child's death. Why would you have a child in his clothes? He didn't dress up. Why would you have a child in his clothes? He didn't dress up. Running a failed plumber question. The boy's aunt revealed Rashia's mother is a gym teacher in a neighboring district, and the same day warned school officials about the intense heat. She affirms the administration do not let any children go out today for PE, and what happened? She gets a call he passed out on the field. Plumber told the outlet. This is terrible. It happened on somebody else's watch. Plumber shared saying the family is devastated over the loss. The Riverside County Sheriff's Department confirmed it responded to the school after receiving a report of a minor needing medical aid and investigating the death, according to a statement released by the department. In this difficult moment, we are deeply saddened to confirm the passing of one of our students due to medical emergency on one of our LEUSD campuses. A statement by the Lake Elsmere Unified School District read, "Our hearts are with the family, friends, and our school community." The new school year has just begun on August 9th. The Canyon Lake Middle School is about 70 miles outside Los Angeles. A GoFundMe page set by Plummer. She writes that the void Yoshia leaves behind is profound. He collapsed in the sweating heat. One, they did all this because he wore the wrong gym clothes to school, or the wrong clothes to gym class. I mean, at the end of the day, how did that make it alright for the school to enforce a corporal punishment by having him run at a 95-degree heat weather around the school field? That's number one. Number two, the school could be held accountable. This was quite negligent. The school knew it was hot that day. They knew the heat was 95. The family needs to sue that school. I will sue. Y'all couldn't sue no more. Because they should be held accountable for what they did. They caused my child to lose his life because of what they didn't like about what he was wearing to gym class. Why not just have the child call the mother to bring him some gym clothes in rather than having him run in hot heat? What purpose did it serve? It served no purpose. And so we got to start holding these schools accountable. And shame on the school. And if any parent have a child going to that school, teachers should be down and talk to them because they could be getting abused too. They could be getting, punished the same way. Running around the schoolyard and doing odd things in school because they didn't do this or that. So talk to your children because you'll probably find out a lot. And our last story is a story that I already knew I was going to talk about on Tuesday. And I already knew somebody was going to die during this challenge. It's about the one chip challenge. A Boston teen dies after doing the one chip challenge. Didn't I tell you guys somebody was going to die during this challenge? And the reason why I wouldn't do this challenge. So let's talk about it. Let me look it up. That's the last story. So he was 14 from Boston. Family believes Worcester teen died from complications after participating in viral one chip challenge. The cause of 14-year-old Harris Boyer's death has not yet been confirmed, but he reportedly ate the spicy potato chips product at school before going home sick the day he died. The family of a 14-year-old Worcester boy who died Friday believes he died from health complications after he participated in the viral one chip challenge, which involves eating a super spicy tortilla chip. And a GoFundMe page to benefit and a GoFundMe to benefit the family of Harris Waloba. His cousin wrote that Harris passed away unexpectedly at the age of 14 from what we suspected to be complications due to the one chip challenge. Autopsy is pending. The pain our family is experiencing is unimaginable, the cousin wrote. The one chip challenge dares people to put a packaged chips product made with super hot peppers and see how long they can last without eating or drinking anything afterward. They are encouraging to film the experience and post the video to social media. The Hershey Company, whose subsidiary owns the packaged chips, did not respond to a request for comment Monday evening. On Friday, Worcester police, paramedics, and firefighters responded to a rustic drive address for a medical call involving a 14-year-old boy around 4:30 p.m. Worcester police said in a statement, when we asked about Harris' death, they found the boy unresponsive and not breathing. First responders took the boy to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. Police said the chief medical examiner has accepted the case and will determine the manner and cause of death. Police said they would not confirm the victim's identity due to privacy issues. Worcester school officials confirmed to the Boston Globe that while attending school on Friday, Harris began feeling ill and went to the nurse's office. He was temporarily released early so he could go home with his parents. Harris' mother, Lois Wobich, told NBC 10 in Boston that a classmate gave him the chip at school and that he suffered a bad stomach ache as a result. He felt better, and when he got home, she said, but as they were about to leave for basketball tryouts, his brother discovered that he fainted. The social media challenge, featuring a chip made with two of the hottest peppers currently available, launched in 2016 as a promotion by Packaged Chips. It became popular on TikTok in the last few years, with videos with its hashtag gathering over 2 billion views. The challenge had resurgence and popularity last fall, and schools around the country reported sending students to the hospital after they participated in it. Some schools banned the chips in response. Despite the challenge's popularity with school-aged children, the webpage about the challenge warns that this chip is intended for adult consumption. This is because the pepper used to make the chip contained the chemical capsaicin, which makes hot pepper spicy but can also be dangerous. The challenge website also warns against eating the chip if you are sensitive to spicy foods, allergic to peppers, nightshades, or capucine, or have any medical conditions. It advises seeking medical attention if you have difficulty breathing, feel faint, or experience extended nausea after eating the chip. So here is the news video.
We also have some more breaking news right now. Just days after a Worcester teenager's death, the makers of the One Chip Challenge are now removing their spicy chip from stores. Pocky says the challenge is meant for adults only, but more and more kids have been trying it.
And one of those kids, 14-year-old Harris Wallova, died hours after taking the challenge at school in Worcester. WBZ's Tiffany Chan is live in Worcester. And Tiffany, this is exactly what Harris's family told us they wanted.
Yeah, Lisa, David, the teen's family is grieving, telling me that even though the company is pulling the chips off the shelves, it won't do anything to bring Harris Wallova back. And now an emergency room doctor is now warning how dangerous these chips can be for kids. One bite, she says, can produce very, very, very dangerous effects. This controversial spicy chip pulled from store shelves after a Worcester teen dies hours after eating it.
I think for me, the whole thing is it shouldn't have happened. And honestly, the chip company is not the only one to blame.
The so-called One Chip Challenge is meant for adults, but has since gone viral on social media. The maker's Pocky is now offering refunds, saying in a statement, "We have seen an increase in teens and other individuals not heeding these warnings. As a result, while product continues to adhere to food safety standards, out of an abundance of caution, we are actively working with our retailers to remove the products from the shelves." Those who knew Harris Wallova say it's too little too late. The Doherty High School sophomore ate the chip at school and died at the hospital hours later. The teen's basketball coach says he believes the chip is to blame.
The kids were going everywhere and finding these chips. They weren't IDing anybody. So obviously, if you knew there was dangerous to it and you only wanted adults to have it, why didn't we ID people before they grabbed the chip?
The One Chip Challenge contains two of the hottest peppers available and could be too much for kids to handle, says Tufts Chief of Pediatric Emergency Medicine, Dr. Lawrence Rice.
They're smaller humans, and so that smaller human only needs a small bite of a chip, perhaps, or of a chemical or of a medication in order to produce this bigger effect on their body.
She says the same ingredient found in chili peppers can be found in pepper spray, and too much can be dangerous. This as Wallova's friends and family gear up for a memorial basketball fundraiser to keep his memory alive.
So doing something that he loved, and again, it was something that he would spend every day doing, only made sense to make sure that we did something that was a part of who he was as a person.
And that fundraiser is being held here in Worcester at St. Bernard's Parish on Saturday. But before that, tomorrow, the community of Worcester is coming together for a vigil at 6:30 at Newton Center. From Worcester, I'm Tiffany Chan, WBZ News.
And we have some breaking news.
All right, my thoughts about this particular story is that I don't understand how no staff at the school didn't see him doing this challenge. Now, it could be true that he did this in the bathroom. We don't know. Maybe he did it during lunch. Maybe he did it during class. We don't know. But somebody failed to intervene to stop him from doing doing this chip challenge. And so the school could be held liable because they said it happened at this high school. Two, you have so many people on YouTube with children are doing this challenge with your children. And my advice to them is stop putting your children in danger. You don't know what this chip can do to your children, and you're feeding them this like it's a taco. This is a chip that can cause someone to lose their life, even if they don't have any medical history. Children cannot eat this type of stuff without it causing pain. And we also gotta remember that children's growth are not like adults' growth. They're still children. So you're putting this stuff in your children's system, which is gonna cause them to have medical issues when they get older. Stomach issues, they can experience nausea, any borderline illness because behind this chip. So I urge parents to stop doing this challenge with your children. Young middle school age children. Don't do this challenge. It's dangerous. This is why it is dangerous. A 14-year-old died doing this challenge. So think twice before doing this challenge. And if you do have health issues, do not do this challenge. I don't feel somebody gonna pay you $1 million. Do not do it because it is not worth your life, and it's not worth you sitting in a hospital. It is not worth it. Don't do this challenge. And parents, do not give this chip to your children. And I'm so glad they're taking it off the shelves. They should have banned it before it got this far. See, they wait until someone dies from their product to remove it off the shelf. You should have banned it off the store, out of stores. There should have never been an item to be bought, tried. This is one of the dangerous TikTok challenges I have ever seen. It is this, the detergent pod challenge. Whether challenge is dangerous out there. The Benadryl challenge. The one you light yourself on fire. There's a lot of dangerous challenges out there that should never have been created. So this is just a warning to parents. If you have young children, small children, middle school age, elementary school age, even high school age children, do not force or give this stuff to your children. Do not do it. It ain't worth the views, it ain't worth the headache, it ain't worth the pain, the misery. Don't put this stuff in your children. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. This will put you in a hospital. Do not do it. This is a dangerous challenge and it should never been created. So do not do it. Thank you guys so much. And have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Peace. Oh, before I end it, on September 12th, I will be starting a TV show on YouTube. I'll be hosting it, and it'll be at 3:00 to 3:30, starting on the 12th. The channel is called The 1998 Show, and I cannot wait for you guys to go over there and hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell. And I'll do every celebrity news, everything that's going on in America. I will be talking more about the PQ Challenge, and my opinion on that platform. And also, I will be creating an Instagram for the show, and I also will be creating a Facebook page also for that. So look out for those. Um, Maybe a TikTok and maybe a Snapchat. So look out for those, and don't forget to watch watch the 1998 shows on the 12th from 3 to 3:30 on weekdays from Monday to Friday. Saturdays and Sundays we are off, so I am glad to post each and every day on that platform. And we'll be talking about the PACU Challenge on the 12th, among other stories and headlines. So I'm so excited, and I'll see you guys over there. Have a great day. Peace.